Hey brothers and sisters!
Welcome to the CFC Servant and Light Podcast, Season 3!
I'm Mac Quinto.
And I'm Diana Quinto.
Tara, kwentuhan tayo. You know, brothers and sisters, again, welcome back. Very excited po kami for this time. To all our brothers and sisters na nanunood regularly, hello po sa inyo.
Hello!
Baka may gusto kong i-shoutout.
Yung ating chapter.
Hello, chapter. Mapa, nasa TV na ulit ako. Ay, YouTube pala to. So, kung gusto nyo po, you can share this in all your socials, Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast. Pwede nyo po itong i-share, i-stream, i-tag nyo yung mga kapatid natin, all our brothers and sisters all over the world. Alam ko, meron tayong mga, talaga to, international, no? Global. What? The global community of Couples for Christ.
Yes. And pwede nilang balikan yung mga past episodes and past seasons.
Yeah. So, alam ko, we have viewers as far as Africa. Naalala mo yun? Meron tayong mga viewer na taga-Africa.
Yeah.
I think we have our brethren from the US also.
Canada.
And
then minsan yung mga brothers and sisters natin na nagmi-mission abroad, no, nanonood rin sila.
Before we continue with this, one person na I want to honor as well. This is not really part of the, pero I want to honor kasi the last conversation I had with this person was asking, when he asked about the next episodes ng Servant and Light. So, we remember Tito Joe Tali, our former chairman and executive director. And we hope that we continue to pray for him, no? And the family as well na, syempre, bereaved pa din as of this moment.
Yeah, and we continue to take inspiration from all the mission and the work na he has blessed us with also in this community. So,
Tito, continue to pray for us as well, lalo na we know na intercede for us. Yeah. Iba na yung theme natin ngayong taon, no? Mm-hmm. So, coming from Servant and Light last year, nag-return to Galilee. So, parang kaisipin mo, ano nga ba yung pinaka-story nito, no? Ano ba yung pinaka-story on why is it return to Galilee? Actually, maraming nagjo-joke na nagtatanong na, Galileans podcast na ba kayo?
Papalitan ba yung title?
Papalitan na ba yung title? But yeah, we remain to be Servant and Light because I believe that's the call for us as members of Couples for Christ to be Servant and Light wherever we are sent and wherever we go.
Yes.
So for this year, our theme is Rejoice, Take Courage, Return to Galilee. We don't disregard again the reminder that we are called to be Servant and Light. Pero since 4 na buwan, close to 5 months na, baka importanteng madaanan din natin or ma-introduce or ma-remind natin. Ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng Rejoice, Take Courage, and Return to Galilee?
Yes. So speaking of returning to Galilee, so baka gusto mong start to share about paano ka nag-start in this community?
I started nga at a very young age dahil 4 or 5 years old ako, member na ako ng Kids for Christ. Naalala ko yung kids camp ko kasi pinag-drawing kami. Tapos pinagsulat. Ang ganda ko kasi magsulat Alam mo naman yung sulat ko.
Di ba na yung project yan?
Pero nung pinagsulat kami ng ganun, tamad kasi ako magsulat. So, dahil kailangan magsulat ng pangalan, for some reason, natutunan ko ata yung initials ng pagkakataon. So, sinulat ko lang MZQ. Kasi yun lang yung initials ko. Dahil masipag talaga ako. And then eventually, I became a member of Kids for Christ. Nung na-realize ko na parang ang tanda ako na sa kids. Kasi yung mga kasama ko na nandun, mga bata talaga, tas 12 years old na ako. So ako na yung pinaka-kuya, tas ang weird na nakakalaro ko yung mga maliliit. Nag-YFC na ako. Pero but nung nag-YFC na ako, naging leader, doon ako talaga mas nag-grow. Yun yung mga pagkakataon na si mama tsaka si papa. Kasi nung kids ako, parang ayoko silang umaalis pagka pupunta ng gathering. Eventually, nung YFC na ako, sila naman yung ayaw na paalisin na ako. Kasi nga, laging may activity, mga kabarkada ko noon. Wala namang YFC activity, pero tatambay kami sa bahay. Pero doon talaga na-build yung friendship ko din with our brothers and sisters. And yeah, eventually, naging leader sa YFC. Nag-SFC na. Tapos, syempre sa YFC rin tayo nagkakilala.
Actually, kids pa lang tayo nagkakilala. Hindi, nagkakitaan tayo.
Nakita mo ako nung kids. Ay, wow. May crush ka na sa akin. Joke lang.
Uy, grabe.
But, yeah, nung nag-YFC nga, nung naging YFC na nga, tapos, eventually, after a few years, pagka-graduate, doon na-lead na mag-SFC. And then, nag-missionaryo nga. Tapos, by God's grace, nung 2018, alam na naman na-share naman natin ata to the last time, nung kinasal din tayo, no? Pero ikaw, paano ka naman nag-start dito sa community na to?
My family, sila yung unang, my parents, after nilang ikasal noong 1992, na-invite sila agad to join the CLP.
Yeah.
Tapos noong time na yun, sa San Juan pa kami nakatira, San Juan City, in Metro Manila. And then, nung naghahanap sila ng bahay na matitirahan namin, ang nahanap nila nasa Rizal, sa Taytay, Rizal. Tapos, dahil nga naka-engage na sila sa community and then invested na sila, so they decided na magpabalik-balik. Kumbaga, nagsuserve sila sa San Juan, sa Central A, tapos nakatira kami sa Taytay. So, ganun yung life. So, nung bago pa akong maging part ng Kids for Christ, dala-dala na nila kami bago ko pa makompleto yung youth camp. Nauna ko na nakompleto yung CLP. Yung 13 sessions, diba?
MER ka pa.
Oo. Kaya ngayon kaya kong balikan yung mga, ito nag-CLP to. Kasi kami yung nag-aayos ng mga IDs ng mga participants, ganyan. So hanggang sa makagraduate sila. So dala-dala kami ng magulang namin kahit mga First Friday assemblies, mga chapter assemblies, kahit puyat-puyat. Tapos yung time na yun, wala pa kaming sasakyan. Yeah. So talagang kinocommute namin yun. Tapos yung kapag pauwi, doon namin din experience yung sinasabay ng mga titos and titas sa sasakyan nila. Parang ihahatid kami hanggang sakayan, ganyan. Tapos, until nga nung nag-YFC, ganun din yung experience na meron para maka-attend ka, para you feel safe attending din. Meron ding naghahatid, ganyan. So, kaya nga, di ba, nung nag-CFC na rin tayo later on, yun din yung binabalikan din natin na experience na we share and extend to others. So, yun. Katulad mo rin, nag-YFC, tapos dun din naging leader, tapos dun tayo naging friends sa Facebook. Hanggang sa, dahil nga hindi nga pwedeng mag-boyfriend-girlfriend sa YFC. So, nilook forward ko yung mag-singles for Christ. Kasi para di ba sa singles kasi nakikita namin parang itutulak ka talaga na parang, pwede na yan. okay na to. Okay na to. So, yun sa SFC, na-enjoy ko naman din yung freedom, tsaka yung medyo relaxed. Kasi nga wala masyadong activity. Parang hindi ganun kapak compared to Youth for Christ. So, mas nagkaroon ng investment in relationships talaga and friendships, ganyan. So, and then yun nga, we were led to our vocation of married life. And then, nag-CLP tayo. And then, CFC na tayo. Ilan taon lang yung CFC ngayon?
Matagal na.
Mga 7 years. Mag-7 years na tayo sa CFC.
Kasi magsi-7th year na rin tayo.
Yes, 7th year. Congrats.
Yes. Congrats.
Okay.
Pero, napaka-formal no? But, it's a testament on how the community allowed us to grow and allowed us to recognize din yung giftedness ng isa't isa. Mm-hmm. So, yung mga nakikinig dito, no, to all our brothers and sisters who are listening or watching this in Facebook and YouTube, baka pwede nyo rin i-type sa comment section saan at kailan kayo nag-start dito sa community na to.
Mm-hmm. At kung nandun pa ba kayo? Kasi yung iba na yung parish nila or iba na yung area nila.
So, ba kayo nag-start na nag-community, tas andyan pa ba kayo sa current parish ninyo? Mm-hmm. Kasi, syempre, iba rin ang calling ng Panginoon to be wherever you are being led by the Lord.
Yes.
Na-mention mo yun kanina that we are, that this is our entire journey. It's a good question to ask kasi bakit nga ba maraming tao na kahit gaano nakatagal, they continue to stay in CFC? No, tayo, relatively, bata pa tayo sa bata pa talaga tayo in CFC. Yeah. Pero, naalala mo sa chapter natin, meron tayong mga ka-chapter na matatanda na talaga, and they've been leaders before, tapos they're still in CFC, and even members ng Handmaids of the Lord, na nung may asawa sila, member sila ng CFC, nung sila yung nabiyuda or nabiyudo, nag-transition sila to servants and or handmaids, to be in the community. Ikaw, why are you still here? Or what made you stay with the community? Masaya lang ba talaga yung community natin?
Well, katulad nung, alam ko dun sa past episode natin, hindi ko na maalala kung anong episode yun. Pero I mentioned doon na the life here in the community, there are ups and downs. And kapag minsan, pag down talaga, down. Pero minsan, yun din yung way ni God to also lift you up and then would make you stay in the community more. Para mas nasusolidify yung relationship mo with God in the community. So for me, well, technically, sa mga literal na bagay, why am I still in CFC? Well, una, work mo. Kamusta naman yung yung tayo CFC? Well, pangalawa, kidding aside, na-realize ko to na kaya ako nasa CFC pa, kahit despite yung mga moments na parang, wag na lang tayo mag-CFC kaya, or parang nakakapagod pala maging CFC. Kasi ngayon mo na nare-realize na parang, paano ginawa ng magulang ko yun? Nagtatrabaho, tapos nakikipag-friends pa, ganyan, tapos mag-activity, tapos late night na yung matatapos yung activity, may kape-kape pa. So, parang,
actually, no?
Diba?
Yun talaga yung
ang taas ng demand sa pagkatao para maging part ng isang community. Pero, despite that, and I think may blessings din in those exchange and encounters with people. Pero, I'm staying kasi the people I love are also here or still here. Kaya nga importante na yung pagstay mo, hindi lang talaga siya for you or yung impact for you. Pero you're staying in the community, hindi natin alam, it also impacts the people around us. Kaya minsan pa nag-invite for CLP.
Yeah.
Diba? Minsan kailangan, ngayon barka-barkada or kailangan isipin pa sino yung familiar ka with. So, yeah.
Speaking of CLP.
Yeah, CLP.
CLP na tayo?
Mm-hmm.
Malapit na. May na-invite ka na ba?
Oy, baka naghahanap kayo dyan sa San Juan ng CLP.
Shoutout sa mga taga San Juan.
Comment down below kung naghahanap kayo ng CLP and you want to be part of Couples for Christ. Makapag-plug pa tayo.
Makapag-plug pa tayo ng CLP. No? Pero alam mo, I remember yung sharing, yung the last episode nung last season na si Tito June, yung he mentioned na yung bakit ka aalis sa CFC? Diyan mo na nakita yung Panginoon. You know, yun naman talaga yung totoo.
Yeah.
Na parang, hindi naman talaga mas completely all joys ang Couples for Christ. There's
anywhere naman.
I think anywhere would be difficult, no? Or there will be instances na may trials and challenges. Pero, you have to be true to that idea na kung dito ka nga naman talaga tinawag ni Lord, or kung dito mo na na-meet si Lord, why would you go out? Pero, yun nga no? Parang, yun talaga yung tumatak. Kasi nga, we cannot disregard that there might be some hurts that we're experiencing. Kagaya natin, na parang, hindi naman din completely nag-agree tayo sa lahat ng na-encounter. Ako, hindi lahat ng tao na na-encounter ko dun sa community, I agree 100%. And, there were instances that some of the leaders that I may have had, medyo merong, or mga nakasama ko rin, na co-leaders ko nun, may mga nakasakit din sa akin.
Mm-hmm.
But, at the end of the day, I will always remember that it's not the community that hurt me. It's the people. It might be some people who've done hurtful things. But I don't think that the community was out to get me. Or in general, everyone. It's not, the community is not out to get anyone. Kasi nga, alam mo yun, I remember one story or one time si Kuya Jeff Kalumag na kwento niya before I became a full-time worker na yung mga full-time pastoral workers, parang, di ba sa Bible, iba-iba talaga ng ugali. Merong mga disciples na talagang, Lord, gusto ko nasa tabi mo ako, or Lord, get behind me Satan level ni Peter. Na iba't iba sila ng ugali. In a similar way, meron ding ganun na yung mga full-time pastoral workers na iba-iba rin yung ugali nila. So at the end of the day, hindi talaga totally mag-agree at magkaka-see eye to eye ang lahat ng tao. But I think what's important is that one reason why we should stay in CFC, it's because the Lord called us here and we're called to treat each other as brothers and sisters.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's what I love about being in Couples for Christ. Kasi nga, as human beings, I mean, regardless kung nasa community ka or hindi, you will encounter yung mga conflicts, ganyan, or ma-hurt ka talaga ng ibang tao. Pero like, being in a community that is centered in Christ, talagang alam natin na kapag merong alitan si brother and sister, eto yung mga pwede natin gawin to de-escalate yung situation, di ba? And it's in the openness of the person if we're gonna arrive at sa pagpapatawad or
Yeah.
sa paghingi ng tawad. And I think, ang best ko talagang example lagi dyan are my parents. Kasi naman yung the generation before us. Sila talaga yung growing up, we also experience yung them going through hurts in the community. And minsan, with our generation, when we see our parents getting hurt in the community, parang, wag na lang tayo ganyan.
Yeah.
Alam mo yung linya ng mga natin noon, ng mga ka-generation, parang, couples ka, tapos ganyan ugali mo. Or parang, nag-aaway-aaway naman kayo, ganyan. Pero
ginagamitan ako ng YFC ka pa. Ganyan naman.
Pero that also sent us the message na parang, my parents stayed. Kasi God is here. So parang there's something beyond them and their conflicts that is here. Kaya they were able to stay. And kaming kakapatid were brought in this community.
Pero linawin lang natin, hindi natin sinasabi na in CFC, nagtatakipan tayo ng kasalanan ng isa.
That's not Christian.
I think we have to be clear about that, na hindi ito pagtatakpan lang natin yung kasalanan ng isa't isa. But I would always, I remember, mayroon akong household dati na ang lagi kong reminder sa kanila na you have to serve and pampulista serve and protect one another.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you talk about protecting the other person, it doesn't mean na pagtatakpan mo. Pero before lumabas ang kahit anong issue, before magkaroon ng any problema, sana ayusin nyo muna amongst yourselves. So I think that's one thing to remember about couples work. Hindi ito nagtatakipan ng faults or whatever.
Yung, diba, if it's loving is to will the good of the other. And part of willing the good of the other is also correcting and loving.
Parang pastoral care, pastoral correction sa isa't isa.
That's true.
So I think it's also interesting to ask our brothers and sisters, baka meron silang sariling story of why they stayed in the community, no?
Yes, oo.
Baka ganda ring marinig at makita. Bakit nga ba kayo, mga kapatid, nandito pa rin ba kayo?
Or baka nalipat na sila ng area, di ba? Kasi yung iba, pag nare-relocate sila, minsan ang hirap din bumalik sa community. Kaya we also honor those na nagpo-probinsya or nag-iibang bansa and they look for the community there.
Naalala mo yung isang narinig nating story nung sa TWR na parang ang kinuwento nila na when they were assigned to this particular area, walang CFC doon. Tapos isa sila sa talagang nag-open ng CFC doon. Hindi lang sila naghanap. Sila pa yung nilid ng Panginoon para i-open. And so syempre we honor our brothers, our missionaries. Whether we believe it or not, all of us are missionaries. Wherever we are sent. We are missionaries to not only open couples for Christ, but to share the gospel
and be instruments.
Yeah, amen, no?
Ayan. So, I think ang dami na natin na-share, no? And marami na rin na-share yung brothers and sisters natin dyan sa comment section. So, if you want others also to be engaged in this conversation, so please hit like and then share this video.
Kahit matapos tong episode na to, pwede nyo tong balikan, i-send nyo lang, i-share nyo, tapos babalikan
I-flood
na
nyo sila.
I-flood nyo sila. Pero, going back dun sa idea of rejoicing, take courage, and returning to Galilee. Kasi, bakit nga ba Galilee, no? Iisipin mo, ano ba yung significance nun?
So, bilang nasa PFG ka, enlighten us na. Alam namin galing na tayo TWR.
May pag-drop ng ano.
Sorry. Refresh mo kami briefly, in few words, na what does it mean by when you say returning to Galilee?
Alam mo, nung originally na discern talaga to, alam mo na nung very strong yung message of returning to Galilee. Tapos, when we were able to read yung Gospel of Matthew, dahil nga doon naman nanggaling yung team, makikita mo doon na talagang importante ang Galilee. Number one, taga-Galilee si Jesus. Kasi nga, lumaki siya sa Nazareth eh. Although pinanganak siya sa Bethlehem, pero pinanganak siya sa Nazareth, lumaki siya sa Nazareth, which is in Galilee. Tapos, nag-start siya ng ministry niya sa Galilee, doon ang galing yung most, if not all of the disciples, I think all of the disciples ay taga-Galilee. And then, most of the miracles na ginawa niya, sa Galilee niya rin talaga ginawa. So, tapos, what I discovered when we were researching this or when we were preparing for the entirety of the events nung January, nung may importance nung sinabihan ni Jesus, yung mga babae, na sabihin sa disciples that, go to Galilee, there you will see me. yun yung pinaka-sign na nabuhay na si Kristo. Kasi, sa Matthew 26, meron kasing line doon, I forgot the exact verse, na ang sinabi ni Jesus na, when, parang, I will be crucified, I will be handed over, but when I come back to, when I resurrect, or when I return, I want you to go to Galilee. There's something along that lines. And I remember, if either Matthew 24 or 26, you may have to research, or you can correct me on that kung
Type it down.
Type it down kung mali ako, di ba? Pero nandun siya na nung narinig ng mga disciples yung return to Galilee, more than the idea na importante itong lugar na to. Nag-promise kasi si Jesus beforehand na puntahan niyo ako sa Galilee pagkatapos ng lahat ng nangyaring to. And that's why it's important. Parang Galilee basically is not just it's not just a place, but it's a place where they are, when they were able to remember the calling that they've had, wherein they were refreshed or restored, kumbaga, to be with the Lord. Yung story ni Peter dun sa John 21, sa Sea of Galilee yun eh. So kung nakakaalam po nung Bible story na yun, that was when Peter was restored, di ba? After denying the Lord 3 times, tinanong ni Jesus yung, Peter, do you love me more than these, ng 3 beses din. So that was when Peter was restored and made again to tas yung lastly, yung the Great Commission, if I remember correctly, it also happened in Galilee. So talaga important yung Galilee, no? So ngayon, dahil ganito yung may na-pick up, prepared. Dahil nga ito yung idea na returning to Galilee is returning to what's very important, or the first call of the Lord for us. Para sa'yo, ano yung Galilee experience mo?
Galilee experience, looking back, syempre returning at guys. I think yung most recent nating mission trip reminded me of this theme.
Alin doon?
Yung most recent, yung
Albay.
In Albay, the Live Loud
Shout
in
out
Albay. Kasi man yung pagpunta sa Albay, sa Bicol, mahal ang airplane ticket. So, wala na mag-bus. So, the bus trip took parang 16-17 hours of just sitting, ganyan. Tapos, habang nakaupo, kasi dahil nga medyo tita na tayo, so yung na-book natin, yung recliner na para medyo relax kasi after work din. Tapos, it made me remember yung mga times na nag-mission trip. Kasi my first mission trips in the community is in Bicol. So, we go to Sorsogon, ganyan, or like sa Irosin. May times pa na nasa, ano yung bungad na Bicol?
Cam Norte?
Cam Norte, ganyan. So, we go back and forth to Bicol for mission trips, for Kids for Christ.
Oh.
So, parang nung time na yun, ngayon lang ako ulit babalik sa Bicol ng after many years. So, kasi ang dami ko rin reklamo, kahit naka-recliner chair na ako. Ang dami reklamo na parang, alam mo yung katabi ko, ang ingay-ingay. Tapos, hindi ito yung recliner chair na gusto ko, ganyan. Hindi siya katulad ng yung bus na sinasakyan pa Baguio, ganyan. So, parang ang dami. Pero, minsan kasi pag reklamo, mapupunta ka sa dead end na parang, bakit ba ako nagreklamo? So, it brought me back nung nag-mission kami. Kasi noon, hindi naman nagbago kung gaano katagal din yung papuntang Bicol. Nung mga time na yun, lagi kaming naka-bus din. Tapos lagi pa kaming chance passenger. Tapos regular aircon bus lang. Tapos dahil chance passenger kami, lagi kami nasa likod nakaupo. So parang, alam mo yung tagtag, yung ano, pero wala kasi yung excitement mo na nakafocus ka saan ka papunta at saka yung gagawin nyo. So parang, that brought me back. It reminded me na yung desire talaga to be a missionary. And I'm still, alam ko naman missionary tayo in our ways and wherever we are. Pero like yung to be sent on mission, talagang it was resounding that time. So that for me is my Galilee experience. How about you?
Thank you for that wonderful question, partner. English here. Ako, lagi akong bumabalik doon sa yung naalala ko nung YFC kasi, 'di ba? Nung kids ako, nakikita ko yung parents ko na nag-household. Nakita ko sila nag-worship. Pero hindi ako nagpe-pay attention sa pag-worship kasi ang target ko doon, yung pagkain, pagkatapos ng household, yung blessed, hindi nga bless the food, yung closing prayer, sa alis na yung mga household nila mama. Tapos, bogchi na, ganun. Pero, dahil nga nag-YFC na ako, kasi no, sa kids praise naman yun eh, no, sayo-sayo ng ganun. Dahil nga sanay ako na nakikita yung parents ko na mag-worship. Or nakikita pa din. Pero nung nag-YFC ako, ang awkward talaga. Tapos, kasi magtataas ka ng kamay, tapos hindi mo naman gets eh. Pero I remember this one sector assembly nung YFC pa ako. That was the first time that I really raised my hands in praise and worship. Tapos every time na meron akong chance or opportunity mag-lead ng worship, I will always go back to that. Naalala ko may isang live loud preparation dati na yun yung parang dahil yun yung unang nag-PFO ako. That was 2016, 17. Tapos, ano talaga yun? Yun yung unang tanong na pumasok sa isip ko na, ano nga ba yung first worship experience mo? First legit worship experience mo? And I would always go back to that. And I feel that was something na leading din ng Panginoon or reminder ng Panginoon to really worship. Yung complete abandon. When yung parang wala kang pakialam kung anong itsura mo habang nakataas yung kamay mo. Kung nag-ugly cry ka habang nag-praise and worship or kung tumatalon-talon ka, huwag ka lang makakasakit ng tao, syempre. Pero pag
Hindi na si Lord yun.
mosh pit pala yung pinasok mo. Pero yung mga tipong ganun, yun, I will always go back to that. That would always be my Galilee experience. And feeling ko every time na parang babalik ako doon eh, na yun yung unang experience ko. Lord, totoong ang kasama kita, totoong na-encounter talaga kita. I think there are far greater experiences na or mas malaki or mas engrande talaga na karanasan. Yung talagang, wow, ganun. Pero, bumabalik ako doon. Kasi doon talaga yung unang napansin na, Lord, kasama talaga kita dito. Because it's you who is really calling me here. Imagine, no?
Yeah.
From that experience alone.
Kaya importante talaga na we pay attention to what's happening to us through the Spirit.
Ayos din
So
din.
we can go back to Gali.
Yeah, I agree with that. No? That we go back to that. We always have to remember ano ba yung experiences natin when it comes to the encounter with the Lord. Because Galilee is not just about the place eh. Galilee is the encounter with God. Ako, the encounter with God na profound talaga was in that YFC sector assembly. Pero, syempre, iba-ibang tao, iba-iba rin talaga ng Galilee experience.
And I think that's what makes a community. The difference in our Galilee experience na shared. Kasi minsan kahit nasa same place tayo or same event or conference, iba pa rin yung how we receive the Spirit. And iba rin yung minsan yung leading sa bawat isa. Kaya nga tayo may household and sharing. Diba?
And again, going back to the example or parallelism sa disciples, hindi naman pare-pareho ng paraan ng pagtawag sa disciples.
Actually,
Si Peter, tinawag siya, nangingisda. Si Matthew, tax collector. And I think that's something that's beautiful about the Christian experience in general.
Yeah.
Not just the Couples for Christ experience. Na parang depende sa'yo or hindi naman depende sa'yo. Pero iba yung karanasan mo kung paano ka tinawag at naging
and how you respond to it.
And that is what gives the flavor to the community, to the entire church. Dahil hindi naman pwedeng pare-pareho tayo na experience. No?
Yeah. Ang ganda ng discussion, no? Parang, exciting yung mga susunod na episodes of, Kasi, pag may mga guest tayo, they'll be sharing about their,
their own Galilee experiences, no? Pero, magandang malaman yun on how it started for them and how it is going for them. And, we going back to that idea or going back to Galilee, Paul, doon. Pero, pabalik-balik tayo dun sa idea ng returning to Galilee. Pabalik-balik tayo dun sa tema ng pagbabalik sa Galilea. And for this entire season, ito yung pag-uusapan natin. What is that Galilee experience of our brothers and sisters? How is it for them? And how did the Lord call them? No?
So, for this season, we will talk about the basics. Kasi when we return to where we receive the tools, the preparation for the greater mission or yung broader mission in the community.
Kasi, di ba, going back sa Galilee, balik tayo dun sa Galilee was a place of remembering. It's important for us to remember, ano ba yung value nito mga to sa atin? Yung tandaan natin, bakit nga ba valuable ang household? Bakit valuable ang ang assemblies, bakit valuable ang tithing for the community, kung bakit importante or yung story of how the Lord called our brothers and sisters into the music ministry. And of course, yung family ministries as well. Dadaanan din natin yun. So, ito yung mga bagay na hindi lang ito pag-alala, but in remembering this, our hope and our prayer is that we can be refreshed and rejuvenated so that our brothers and sisters can be led to serve as well. No? Dahil, again, iba-iba tayo ng kwento, pero ultimately, iisa lang yung tawag sa atin kung naipalaganap yung gospel.
Yes, amen.
Amen, di ba? So again, pwede nyo po ito share, pwede nyo po ito ipakita sa mga kapatid natin, especially if you know that they need it. And don't worry, kung tapos tong episode na to, you can still watch this in Facebook, in YouTube, in Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast, no? Yeah.
Okay.
Excited ka na?
Yeah.
Simula pa lang to.
Kaya nga parang feeling ko pa end na yan, yung nag-peak na tayo.
Oh.
Wow.
Wrap up na to?
Wrap up na. See you in the next.
Tinapos yung season. Abangan ninyo.
Abangan
natin.
Be excited.
Be excited for the stories that we will hear. Again, we will hear stories of our brothers and sisters. Dahil ito naman yung purpose talaga nitong podcast na to eh. Makapagkwentuhan at malaman yung buhay-buhay at kwento ng mga kapatid natin.
Yes.
So again, brothers and sisters, thank you for joining us. Sa mga nag-type at nag-comment, maraming salamat po. You can still type whether matapos ng episode. And again, you can share this to all our brothers and sisters. But again, thank you for staying with us from the beginning until the end.
We've reached the end of this episode, but this is just the start of our new season
start pa lang to.
This year.
This
year, di ba?
This year. So again, maraming salamat mga kapatid. And this is the CFC Servant in Light Podcast. I'm Mac Quinto.
And I'm Diana Quinto.
Tara, kwentuhan tayo.